Eve over here at Bergstrom Lexus in Appleton, and I'm going to show you the 2016 Lexus RX Hybrid. Here we go. So this one that we have here is equipped with the premium package and the cold weather package. And you know, it's really not that much different than the luxury package RX 350. We still have the LED lights here, the little chrome outlining your fog lights. And I'm gonna kind of show you some of the differences here. So if you were looking at the RX 350 and the RX Hybrid, if you didn't really need the double moonroof or the different looking wheels with the inserts, the Hybrid is a really great way to go as well. And you get, you know, a little bit better fuel efficiency driving around in the city. But it has also 20-inch wheels, but wheels like the RX that has the navigation package on it. So it's got those wheels, so it doesn't have the little inserts like the luxury package one where you can change the color, but it still has the upgraded 20-inch wheels on it. Still the body that is very similar to the RX 350. Actually, it's pretty much identical. This one has roof rack rails up on the top. So the MSRP of this car is around 61 and the luxury package one is around 60. And like I was saying, the luxury package for the regular RX. And so the only difference between that is that it's got that double moonroof and the different wheels. But otherwise the Hybrid also has the surround cameras and all of those extra things, the cold weather package and stuff, all those extra things that the luxury package RX has. So that is it around the outside. Now we'll just kind of hop inside and I'll show you some of the things in here. So still very similar to like the RX with nav inside, except again this is the Hybrid. So still is the stitching on all the seats. And this one is Nebula Gray on the outside with the black leather interior. It's got the walnut wood trim. I don't know if you guys know, that's actually all real wood that's in the cars. Real wood, all from the same tree, so it has the same grooves and same design in the wood, in case you didn't know that. So I'm just kind of hop in here. So over here, these are kind of where all the other buttons are for the extra features that come in the car. I'm going to kind of zoom in here a little bit better. There you go. So the first button here, like in the luxury package regular RX, has the auto button for the brights. And what that is if you're driving around with your brights on, you push that button in and it will dim your brights when someone's driving up at you. That is a button that power opens and closes your back hatch. Obviously that's your gas tank. This is the button for the heated steering wheel, and when it lights on, when it's on, there's a little light that's on there. And then the view button right here is the button that gives you that surround camera. And there's a couple different, let me kind of hit it as I'm showing it to you. Couple different views that you can have on it. So you have this one here, and then when the car is driving, you have a front camera and then still that surround camera that's there on the right. And then of course when you put the car in reverse, you still have that surround camera and you've got the lines and everything that are right on the navigation screen. Still have auto mode for your headlights. They turn off and on automatically. Auto mode for your windshield wipers as well. Still all of the audio controls on the left side of the steering wheel, the voice command for audio controls and for your phone. And you pick up and hang up your phone right here. On the right side of the steering wheel, you have the little information box here that changes that information in front of you. Like you can keep it on the music or on a small screen for the navigation, which will have a compass if it's not taking you anywhere, or you can keep it up on this little information screen that just has a bunch of information about the car: miles per gallon, tire pressure, if the car's an all-wheel drive or not, miles per gallon that you're getting that exact second, how many miles per gallon you've got on the tank of gas you've got in the car. Lots and lots of stuff in there. And then over here in the center, of course, I recognize this, the 12.3-inch navigation screen, and that is still moved around in this car. Actually, let me turn the air conditioning back on. That is moved around in this car with the little mouse right here. And then they have, if you're looking at this video and you have the older RX, they've actually moved your not climate controls, your seat controls up under here, under this little compartment. In your other car, they're down here by your armrest. So in this one, they've moved them up here and there's just these little buttons. So that top button is for heated seats. The bottom button is for your air conditioned seats. But watch this. If you actually just push it on, just hit it one time, it turns these little auto buttons on up at the top. And this is a new feature that I've only seen that we've had in the 2016 cars. And what that does is when you've got it in an auto mode, it works like the auto mode for your air conditioning, where this one, you set the temperature to whatever you want in auto mode and the fans just increase and decrease on their own to keep the car at whatever temperature you've picked. And sort of the same thing in auto mode. If the air conditioning is on, it turns your air conditioned seats on. If the heater's on, it will turn your heated seats on. So that is actually kind of a feature. You could leave the car in auto mode and not necessarily have to worry about putting your heated or air conditioned seats on. It's just kind of cool. Parking brake right here. And in your other cars, if you were looking at them, they were a little foot thing that you pushed over here. But now it is just this little button and you push it, pull it up to turn it on. And you see that little red light means it's on, and then you push it down to turn it off. And then it also has this auto feature. So if I hold it up, turn it on, and keep holding it, it also turns on that auto feature. So that means when the car goes in park, it automatically engages the emergency brake, and when it goes in drive, it disengages it. And that is a button, it's called park hold. And if you have that button pushed in, it engages the emergency brake whenever you make the car come all the way to a stop when you're in drive. And then when you put your foot back on the gas, it releases your emergency brake. So you still kind of have like the cool little curve in the wood here. Again, real wood trim, all from the same tree. You guys learned something today. I only learned that because the guy who actually makes the wood for Lexus happened to come to the dealership like 5 or 6 years ago. He actually had business cards made out of wood. It was kind of cool. And he really talked to us all about the process of the wood in the car, that literally it is seriously from the same tree so that all of the grain and everything matches. I don't know what that means if you have to go and try to replace a wood piece. You probably have to start over with a different tree. Anyway, so there's some fun little facts about Lexus. This is also the power adjustment to change how the transmission works. If you turn it to the left, just like that, it puts the car in an eco mode. It says eco up on that screen there, and it also says eco right there in your instrument panel. And when the car is in eco mode, that's making the car drive in a way that's going to get the best fuel efficiency. So if you slam your foot on the accelerator, the car's not going to take off like crazy. It's going to accelerate how it wants to accelerate to get the best fuel efficiency. If you push the button in the middle, it just sort of says push normal. It just goes back to how you normally drive the car, different types of settings. And if I turn it to the right, just turning that to the right, it puts it in a sport mode. So lights up sport right there, lights up sport right there in your center console as well. And when it's in sport mode, that changes the shifting points in the transmission. So in the hybrid also, it's a little bit different. It doesn't have like a normal transmission like a normal car, but just using that same kind of rules of a transmission, it would like be shifting you at a higher RPM to give you a little snappier response and a little quicker pickup and acceleration. So that's what it's doing with the transmission in the hybrid, sort of giving you a little bit more power to give you a little snappier response and quicker pickup. So also though, on the flip side of that, it's also burning more fuel, saving more fuel, kind of in the middle, if you want to think about it like that. You also have a little storage compartment in here, with USB plugs and auxiliary plugs. And I didn't tell you these two other buttons. This is the traction control button. If you push this button in, it actually says track off in front of you the whole time that you're driving. You don't want to have the traction control off. Traction control keeps your wheels from spinning. The only reason why you'd want to turn it off is if you were stuck in a ditch or something and you needed to kind of rock yourself out of it. The Eevee Mode. The Eevee Mode is a mode that the car will go in. You can actually push it in and it will just sort of stay in Eevee mode in the background, and it'll engage it when it can do it. And that's just when the car has enough charge in the battery. It will just drive you around exclusively on the battery when the car is capable of doing it. So that's what the Eevee mode is. This hybrid just has the regular moonroof. Like I said, if you were looking at the regular RX-350 and you didn't need the double moonroof, the hybrid is a really great way to go to. So just the regular moonroof. It does power open and close. Here into the, I don't know if that's too dark. Yeah, there you go. So here in the back as well, center console comes down. You also have the same kind of stitching in the back seats that you do in the front seats. A little bit more, what are these called? Bolsters that stick out on the side that kind of hug you in the car a little bit more. So yeah, that is kind of everything in the hybrid. We also just usually don't have these cars in stock either, so I just wanted to make a quick video and just show you guys all the differences from this to the regular one. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see something else. Talk to you later.